All right, what is going on, guys? It's Adam A.K. Marv. Tonight's show is going to be absolutely spectacular. That's right, spectacular. All right, what is going on, guys? It's Adam A.K. Marv, and this is Marfoogle News. The tweet just went out, so we're going to have thousands in the chat tonight. Make sure to get in here any way that you have possible. If you've never been here before, my name is, of course, Adam, A.K. Marv, and this is Marfoogle News. This is a live call-in show, so I just want to remind you on a couple things. Nothing in this show should be considered legal, medical, or financial advice. The views of the callers can differ considerably and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of myself, Dex, or anyone who works for the show. You should always do your own research and consult with professionals. The internet is full of fake news, so please take everything with a grain of salt. With that out of the way, remember, you can get notifications from us. You can go to marfooglenews.com and actually get push notifications directly to your phone. iOS is not ready yet, but again, that is coming. These things take time. On top of that, you can get our alerts on marfooglenews.com, our email alerts, and make sure that you are getting all information. Obviously, we are going through some pretty crazy times right now, so it is definitely a good idea. Again, we have a lot of great sources here, a lot of great military sources, so make sure to sign up for that when you can. And then on top of that, we don't just say something without backing it up. We have a bibliography that we take the time before every single show to actually leave you access to. So if we show you an article on the show, you can actually go to our website, look for our thumbnail, which is easy to navigate. Just check out this show, Weird Patterns, The Rumor Mill, what's going on up there. And then it will actually show you all of the articles, every video, every single tweet, every single article, document that we show you here will be right here for your access. You can even follow along on a second device, and if we don't hit the entire article, you can actually read through and read the rest. The caller info will be updated live. Dex, why don't we introduce, while we're at it, Dex will be doing the phones and updating this live from his end. Again, Dex, what is going on, and how are you doing tonight?
Hello, Adam, and hello, Foogle fam. I'm doing pretty good.
So we obviously have a new prez. That is probably what is on everybody else's mind. We are looking at kind of the other aspects of everything. Obviously, there's a lot of folks that are saying a lot of stuff. I'm just pretty much, I'll just be honest with you, I'm kind of sick of the every 20 minutes and something new. And nobody is confirming anything right now. And I've even been convinced by something for 20 minutes, and then I'm like, wait, why isn't anybody like back checking anything? So I'm trying to be more careful. I'm given a day for almost everything we cover right now. I think it's actually proper that we should do this right now. What is the biggest problem that we had last year and the year before? It was like that people were overreacting, not waiting for the full story. And that's something that I think that in general media has just all over the place. Nobody is waiting to get the facts. Nobody's waiting to get the cameras. Nobody's waiting to get the footage of it. They're just going off of hearsay or immediate reactions or emotions. Why are people going off of emotions on stuff that should be fact-based? I mean, like, that's crazy to me. On top of that, you have so many different kind of factions right now. And, they say we're divided, and some people think it's just like this side and this side. It's divided like 5,000 different groups. And it's really insane. No matter what you say, one of the groups is saying, no, that's not it. This person's a hero. This person's this. I mean, it's really getting quite insane. I think we should all just kind of step back a little bit and try to make sure that everything we're doing is accurate. They talked about kind of fake news a couple of years ago, and, both sides tout it, and anything they don't agree with, they say fake news. But at the same time, there wouldn't be any if we actually confirmed and had a kind of a solid level where it is. Right now, people have a problem with that because what is considered fake news is whatever is fact-checked, and nobody looked at the oversight of the fact-checkers either. So both sides have problems with it because they've fact-checked stuff on both sides, and they're like, this doesn't make sense. So again, we're going to be super careful the next coming week. A lot of people are causing panic with different things, and it's scary stuff. I do believe, I still go by what I say. I do think we are heading into a conflict eventually. And it's not like I'm basing that off of nothing. I'm basing that off of thousands of articles and everything that has pointed me in that direction. I'm basing that off of actual military, personnel saying, hey, we're getting shipped out. We're being told, within this amount of time that this may happen. And everything has an option. Everything has kind of a back down. Conflict could happen in a year, or something could happen and all of a sudden, everybody backs down. In fact, if you look out throughout history, what has been declassified is we've almost gone to, WW3 several times, but it's actually been backed down. There were a couple times where it was accidental launches, in fact, or where they thought it was an accidental launch, and then they used the red phone or whatever and called Russia or called China and said, hey, is this actually this? And they're like, no, it's a meteor, and then it's canceled. I believe a lot of those are actually not public, but they have declassified several that have come out. So we have gone to the brink of catastrophe several times, but nobody ever finds out about it because it's all classified stuff. As far as the internet should be a good thing. It should be something that we can all use, and we shouldn't be sheltered from things, but we should also use it responsibly, and that means each and every one of us uses it responsibly. And I know I make mistakes, and that's why I try to correct them as fast as I can. If I tweet something that is this way or that way, sometimes I jump the gun. I get excited, but 5 minutes later I'll replace it or I will fix it because I know that it's got a video of cargo ships, and I'm thinking it really, to me, like that one, I posted that thinking, oh my gosh, military ships off of the coast of California. That could have been really, that could have been an exercise. That could have been a drill. 5 minutes later, I had to end up tweeting that, it is, once you look at it, it's mostly cargo ships. There are a few ships which are angled, and they could be military ships. But at the same time, that's what cargo ships have that part for. On the other hand, even if it is cargo ships off the coast of California, why are there 30, 40, 50 stacked up? Well, that gives you problems in the supply chain. That gives you, the idea that, whoa, what is going on with supply chain that our ports are that backed up? On the other hand, we have talked about the container stuff, the container weapons and things like that we have, that all the countries have. We're talking about hidden kind of stealth stuff. And then, of course, the official, accredited, authoritative sources saying that that is one of the ideas that they've had if they did have to go and butt heads. So, there's just so much craziness, you guys, and we have to be really responsible during this time, and that's what I'm going to try to do my best. If I make a mistake, I'm going to try my best to make up for it. Same with Dex. We both make mistakes. We're human beings. And we're part of this Fugel fam and DLive fam and YouTube fam. We're all part of it. So, just take an extra second. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Because right now, I believe that a lot of us are getting driven by straight up emotions, and we're not even thinking. It's like we're on auto drive, and we're getting just triggered every 30 seconds. So let's try not to throw that away, throw away sides, throw away everything. Let's have a good time. Let's talk about some of the weirder stuff. You're going to hear everything about all of that other stuff everywhere you look. So I hope that you can gain some good stuff today. Do I think that we're going to get invaded today or tomorrow? No, I'm not. But I think that there's always a chance of that. I do. I think that nobody expected Pearl. Nobody expected, September 2001. Nobody expects these things. So I'm always going to keep my head on a swivel, and I'm always going to tell other people to do so as well. Airliner pilot says jetpack guy over Los Angeles looked just like this crazy drone. Now, we've talked about this. This isn't just the first time we've covered this. This is actually like the fourth or fifth time. Now, pilots, airline pilots, all over LA and California. Only in California, I believe. I haven't seen any other reports. Dex, if we've covered one outside of California, let me know. But they are these jetpack guys, or they don't know who these are. They were investigating it the last time we covered it, so we're going to talk about this right now. But how are there jetpack guys flying next to airliners and nobody knows who it is? That seems really freaking strange to me. Or is it some sort of company that has made like a... I mean, look at this. This almost looks like a... This could be... What if this was a drone that they made look like this as a prank? Again, who knows? It could be a YouTube channel, one of those channels that makes glitter bombs or something like that for package thieves. You know, it could be one of those guys doing this. But how have we had so many sightings of a guy with a jetpack and no real explanation for it? It says months after an initial report from airline pilots about seeing what appeared to be an individual flying alongside them using a jetpack as they came in to land at Los Angeles International Airport, that incident and subsequent encounters in Southern California remains as curious and unexplained as ever. Newly obtained documents from the Federal Aviation Administration show officials there were also stumped after the first sighting. At the same time, they were asking similar questions and considered one of the exact same possible explanations that we here at the War Zone have also explored. It says John Greenwald, a vigorous flyer of Freedom of Information Act FOIA requests and author who runs the website The Black Vault, received the documents through FOIA process and generously shared them with the War Zone. It says you can read the documents in their entirety over at the Black Vault. Again, we have this actually linked on our website, marfugelnews.com, so you can go there. It says the records cover discussions between various FAA officials regarding the first of the recent jetpack-related sightings near Los Angeles International Airport, or LAX, on August 30th, 2020. So is it something like this where it's an actual drone guy, like a mannequin, hooked up to some, drone mechanism like this? That would make a whole lot more sense and still be equally as illegal. You're not supposed to fly a drone anywhere near a plane, and it would have to be most likely homemade. I mean, there's no, commercial purpose for a mannequin with a jetpack other than, like, say, a movie, which, again, it wasn't a movie or it wasn't a TV commercial or something like that. So this would have to be homemade, which would explain why they don't have a tracker on it, why they don't have an FAA registration for it. Just really weird stuff. Some folks, though, I've heard say they think it's an alien, or they think it's some sort of jetpack man or Iron Man suit, or it could be a rich billionaire, having some private company make him a jetpack suit. We still don't know, but this actually does make a lot of sense if somebody was pranking people. We've, of course, had the Monolith prank that happened, or supposedly happened. Some people think that they, covered it up with the YouTubers doing that stunt. But I don't know. I mean, the whole thing is just absolutely weird to me. What do you guys think? I'm going to head over to the chat after this next one. Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it. Susan Donahue says, at this point, it wouldn't surprise me if Jetpack Guy landed on the front lawn. Deep breath, hashtag Team Humanity. It wouldn't surprise me either. Honestly, and you know what's even crazier is this is our future in just the next few years. Maybe not a Jetpack Guy, but you're talking about objects that big showing up on your front lawn. They already have the airways for this all worked out. They have whole plans. They have kind of a city in the sky type of thing on a lower level. See, jets fly every 1,000 feet in different directions to make sure they're separated. So 34,000 is going this way, 35 is going this way, and so on. And they have kind of their own system. At any given time during a normal day, maybe non-CV, there was millions of people in the sky, literally flying in the sky. As far as the drones, they have them down lower and closer to us. They have this whole thing worked out. Very soon, this is going to look like Fifth Element, where we're going to see drones and packages flying over all of us. This isn't some sort of science fiction. It's not wishful thinking or anything. It is how they are setting up the future. So it is pretty wild. Some of you might even be happy about it. If you get a lot of stuff by Amazon or something like that, or even Domino's, you would call Domino's, and within 5 minutes, instead of going through any stoplights, your food would fly in a hot bag and drop on your porch. For that kind of purpose, yeah, that's cool. But for some, it's kind of creepy as far as the surveillance aspect of this, and that they're all going to be kind of connected to the web, connected to, some say connected to Starlink. This whole thing will be able to essentially be kind of what they showed in Batman, where it would be able to monitor every inch of the ground possible. And through that, they would have algorithms pick it out and make this grand picture of things. Once they have the drones flying at that height, they could pull information from all of them and create a bigger picture, kind of like a composite. Think about that. They'll be able to see where everybody is. There will be there's not going to be a second or a smidge of place that's not going to be covered by these things unless you're way out in the country. Even out there, they're setting up these highways in the sky and getting clearances through the FAA. Pretty nuts. Again, there's official reports here of this guy. Make sure to go check out the full article there on marfugelnews.com. And then you have the Army, excuse me, the Army is testing a piece of SOCOM's Iron Man suit for its next generation squad weapon. It says the Army is currently experimenting with a piece of technology as part of its next generation squad weapon, or NGSW, effort designed to enhance a soldier's aim by stabilizing a barrel against unnecessary or unattended movement. Task and Purpose has learned. It says the so-called Aim Control Enhancer, or ACE, originally developed as part of the U.S. Special Operations Command, now abandoned the Iron Man suit effort, is currently undergoing evaluation for possible use with NGSW, according to Peter Rowland, a spokesman for Army Program Executive Officer Soldier. It says the Army continues to manage multiple research, development, and test and evaluation efforts, including ACE, as part of its mission to increase soldier lethality. So pretty crazy stuff. They of course have all these different ways of improving the actual human soldier and improving of course, now they're going to have these suits. They're going to have robotic suits as well, exoskeletons. That is all in our future too. Like I've said many times, our next conflict is going to be bonkers. All right, I'm going to go over to the chat. Thank you all for being here tonight. I do appreciate it. And I see already that there is a ton of OG Marfugels in here. Stefanik says, I missed it already. Sounds like surveillance world, no matter where you go, already do it without most realizing it, says Incog. We've got C. Walker Dewaki. Thank you so much for being here. Gigi Loves Jesus. Veteran Steve. Hey, thank you for coming over. 2.4. Kay watching, thank you. Jilly J, hey Marv. Scrappylicious, Lewis Price, JT, an asteroid will hit will hit the C to the NN headquarters. I don't know if an asteroid will hit there, but I'm sure that's also wishful thinking. And if that was reported, I would say wait a day, because that's probably made up. Let's see here. We love you here, Marf, he, mama of 6. We love you. I love it. Nut stuff. Yes, it is. Not quick enough, LOL. Kazi Mac, thank you for being here. Sylvia Mendoza, it's nice to see you. Thank you for being, I want to say you've been at every show. Reed Storm, it's nice to see you here again as well. Linda Music, Shane Reed, OG Marfugel there. Northern Tiger, OG Johnson, thank you so much for being here. Awesome to see you as well. Let's hear Edgy Whalen almost every night. We've got April Soderlind. Thank you. I just noticed your name is spelled very pretty. It's an awesome spelling of April. Bear Claws. Okay, guys, got to check out Falling Asleep. Well, good night, Bear Claws. Thank you for showing up. Jordan Bear, thank you so much. Anyone know where I can stream Unidentified or Greenland? Well, I mean, now they actually have it on demand. But if you have not seen it yet, somebody in chat will be able to help you that. When I first saw it, it was such bad quality. I actually did watch it twice at the horrible quality, just because I wanted to pick it apart every little bit. Problem with that, though, is I couldn't even see half the parts on the dark parts. Some of the people that sent it to me, it was so dark. It was like you didn't even get the some of the parts in the middle where they're in the truck and at night. Oh, man, it was horrible. Hi from Scotland. Hey, Scotty K. Nice to see you here tonight. Thank you for coming all the way here from Scotland. You grow, girl. I like that. You grow, girl. Said Greenland sucked. I thought it was what it was. It was a disaster movie, but it also had some very realistic, weird stuff in there, like the presidential alert. That's the one real instant that I used, and that they said it was an interstellar object. Obviously, that was something that I don't think they would have put in there before we had a Muamua, and then, of course, the second in history recorded interstellar object coming in. That's why people thought, is that some sort of weird prediction type of thing? Let's see here. Faith over fear. I love that. Who said that? I didn't see that, but yes, I love that. Penny Lane, Donald Goodell. Thank you all for being here. Drops Family Garden. I appreciate everybody that is popping in. Gentle Moss, Red Storm says they're here. Shine on all of you wonderful. Diamond says life is better on stilts. The Shadow. Rain says always wanted to drive one of these. And drives up with a Ninjaghini. Well, thank you so much. Mrs. Jackson, thank you. West of the West. Jumpmaster Hopkinson, thank you guys for your support. Gem, thank you as well. From Europe, thanks. How is it going over there? I'm sure you guys are going through a lot as well. Chevy Myco 6D boosted. Lots of new followers there. Thank you guys. We're about to hit 34,000 followers on DLive, which is pretty amazing. It's a smaller platform, so that is a huge accomplishment. You know, a lot of stuff is going on, but I still say the community over there is just absolutely amazing. Scooby-Doo Do Right, Jumpmaster, Hexagonal Peach, Maui Racing Realtor, Dixie Doe, Mystical Misfit, thank you. All right, so we are taking calls. Remember, the number is 224-400-MARF. First, we're going to hit this. Off the California coast, the U.S. Navy tests hunting subs with an aerial drone. So... Okay, so we've actually seen a bunch of the Mercury kind of sub hunters around. This is where I kind of want to bring in what the thumbnail is about. So this is actually, I want to say, someone said that this was real, that a pilot was bored and actually did this with flight radar. I don't know if that is confirmed. I thought it was an interesting picture. But they do have instances of people saying, I'm bored, or spelling out things. And... flying in a path so they could see, it on flight radar. Either way, though, Bones and Channel Jammer have been watching the flight radar and everything else, and there is just absolutely insane military movement all over the country as far as planes go. From the Northwest going to over here, doing loop-de-loos, doing all these weird things. So we're going to work on that. I'm going to try to connect with Bones and then also be looking at that with Dex. We're going to try to put something together on that because it was very odd stuff. And if you have seen something weird or super crazy on flight radar, of course, it's public. So take a screenshot of it. Let us know like why you think it's weird and what it is. And then, of course, send it to us or make a video out of it and send it to us at marfugelnews.com/playmyvideo or go over to @marfugel on Twitter and DM me. But this is pretty trippy. It says the U.S. Navy and General Atomics in November used sono buoys dropped from an MQ-9A Block V Reaper drone, which is those, of course, these guys, only way less outfitted. And they dropped these things on a target on a U.S. Navy Pacific test range in what GA says is the first time an aerial drone has deployed a self-contained anti-submarine warfare system. So they're talking about, basically not getting a human being close to the kind of target setup. Of course, we've seen them have to physically go in some of these areas to investigate. Just the other day, they went up to Iran doing drills and things with the sub at, kind of, I guess, periscope level, and they were able to see them with planes. So this kind of thing, going way, way up high, dropping these things and being able to detect, would definitely most likely save lives and, well, I guess take them at the same time. It says the Reaper deployed a mix of 10 sono buoys, sono being, sound, deployed to measure water conditions and monitor for targets, then received and transmitted the data in real time to a monitoring station in Laguna Flight Operations Facility located at Yuma Proving Grounds in California. It's so crazy that a lot of these drones are flown from all the way across the world. And, it's there's a new movie out. It's Outside the Wire. And somebody pointed it out to me that they show kind of these little containers that they fly these drones from. And I ended up going down a rabbit hole on YouTube watching the real videos. Some of these drones are actually controlled with real Xbox controllers, which I've heard about that and I knew that. But a good chunk of the more precise ones are, or they are drove with the, really advanced joystick. But some are actually flown with an Xbox controller. And I thought that was just, nuts. And they get these young guys in as drone pilots. It's a great job in the military. But they have these whole sections. And part of that movie showed them in these little containers. Part of that is true, and those containers can go anywhere. And that brings me back to, all this stuff with container ships and cargo ships and how the ports are all set up. Super weird stuff. But again, I hope you get what I'm saying. The test was part of a development of an MQ-9BC Guardian drone, which is part of a research and development program, or R&D project, in conjunction with the Navy's Naval Air Systems Command. If the Navy can make this concept of operations work, it has the potential to significantly lower the cost of submarine hunting and free up larger, more expensive manned sub-hunting platforms such as the P-8A Poseidon. And that's actually what I was trying to say, not the Mercury. The Mercury is the doomsday plane. The P-8A Poseidon is the sub-hunter. In fact, the sub-hunter that was at the day before, I want to say, what was it, that huge boom over there in Bay. I think it has the root of something in there over there the day before. Real weird. They were actually just happened to be looking for one right before that, a day before. Humongous giant planes. Crazy stuff. If you want to protect yourself, there's a lot going on, but again, this is something I have talked about for 3 years now. EMP is something that experts have worried about. It is something that the government has worried about. It's something Department of Homeland Security has worried about. In fact, they have actually put out a EMP resilience report that went to the president a couple years back, and he immediately signed an executive order to harden our grid. That is because experts took a look at our grid. In fact, they took one look at our grid and said, this is horribly unprepared for an EMP or a solar flare or a CME. So what they did is now they are employing EMP Shield and a ton of other companies to basically try as fast as they can to do it. But it's going to take years to get it to where they want it to get. This company, not only are they contracted with different agencies, they are also officially on the DEMSO team helping protect the Texas grid, which has its own grid. Again, they are officially on that team. 100% American-made, veteran-owned, and they have multiple devices. It protects against E1, E2, and E3, all three phases of an EMP. And again, it's security that you can't really get with many other products. You can actually have your vehicle drive after an EMP, or your home and your device is safe after an EMP. In fact, multiple. They stopped at like 41 times. So because EMPs are in pulses, it could happen over and over and over again for 20 minutes. This thing just keeps going. Solar protection, again, you can set that up. The car one takes about 5 minutes to put in. Again, go to markfugelnews.com/EMP. Do it before you need it. That's what we always say. Actually, we've just said it tonight for the first time. And you get $50 off when you use this link, again, per device. And it combines with any sale they're usually doing. So make sure to use that link there. All right, let's grab our first caller. I'm going to go over to the chat real quick, but we're going to pull in. Remember, you can call in at 224-400-MARF. And it looks like Eagle is talking about a 6.4 magnitude caused by a 2021 event there. So we're going to get him on. Dex, if you want to get Eagle on, I just wanted to make sure I shouted out. Kelly2334 What in the world? Kelly2334, I believe that is not your first, which is absolutely insane. Kelly2334, you have been a big support of our channel. Thank you so much for the Ninjet. It says, get ready for another crazy year. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you and thank you. Kelly2334 most likely just took top spot tonight in one action. All right, thank you. Eagle, what is going on and how are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you doing, Mark?
So, 6.4 earthquake. I've got a link here. What are we pulling up here?
It's just an observation I uploaded to my channel using 2 apps.
Okay, I'm pulling it up right now. We're going to have it on here. And what 2 apps did you use? Are these apps that other folks can get if they would like?
Yeah, if they would like, on the Google Play Store.
Okay, cool. Well, maybe Dex, maybe we can link these as well. So this is, of course, you can explain what we're watching here.
You're basically watching a near-Earth object come within the moon's orbit, and there's a bunch of line segments and orbit paths and lines that you can see. And as this asteroid flies by, there's a straight line, and then it goes right to the earthquake location. And I just noticed that last fall, and I've been trying to get somebody to see this, what's going on, because we can all agree that the moon causes tides and stuff, right?
Yeah, and I don't think there's much disagreement or debate about that. The moon helps decide the waves and the tides, and then they have said that during weird moon cycles, we've had an uptick in different kinds of earthquakes and different kind of tectonic plate movement. So you're saying this is older, but what happened is you kind of drew a direct line that might say that this was related to the action of the moon.
Yeah, so like a vector point, so to speak.
Well, so again, have you been
like studying ionospheres and whatnot?
And you actually did this? Did you do this with? How did you get them both on the same page like that? Is this a Samsung or something? You did dual page or something?
Yeah, I did it on my phone. I screen split it so I could run both apps at the same time, so I could observe in real time the Earth flying by and getting within 260,000 miles, and traveling at 80,000 miles an hour in one direction and rotating at another velocity. And at one point, at its closest point, there's like a 10,000 mile an hour change. And at that change, that's when I believe that's having an effect. But
well, it's cool that you were
trying to discuss this with other people, but I don't think they agree.
Well, well, not everybody's going to agree. And also I think people watch. They look at different chats or something, and they see somebody disagree, and they think everybody does. I wouldn't pay any attention to that. But again, if you have a theory here, there's a lot of people that trailblaze in this area, and it's always worth getting out there, and it's always worth putting it out there. I don't think there are any stupid theories, and I do appreciate you calling in with this. I'm going to have to watch this later, and then again, if anyone else wants to watch it, they can actually find it on marfugelnews.com. It will be updated momentarily. Is there anything else you want to say before you go?
Well, I've tested this multiple times. I saw there's an asteroid that flew by, and then Greece happened. They had their tsunami. I'm sure you talked about it here. But, yeah, something you could test right now with both the apps. But everybody have a good night.
All right, well, thank you, Eagle, and you have a great night. Be safe, be prepared, and Marf out. All right,
Marf out.
All right, that was Eagle. If you want to go to his channel, I believe it is actually called Unknown Eagle, all one word, hashtag SEAL Team 4. I wish I would have had him on. I should have asked him. If I saw that before, I would have asked him if he was part of SEAL Team 4. We do have a lot of military in the group, He has about 141 subscribers. You can love Mob if you would feel like it. One thing that I think that happens is people see the chat and somebody says, "Oh, that doesn't make any sense" or something, and it gets into their head. One thing I would recommend, if you ever get into YouTube, understand that there's always going to be people that are naysayers. Just keep pushing forward and do what you do. The thing that I think everybody should love about YouTube is that, and this is why I think that a lot of the stuff that they're doing is wrong. If you want to find somebody, you have to search them out, and once you find them and you want to listen to them, it should be your right to be able to listen to somebody you like to listen to. It shouldn't be up to somebody else to decide, if you are an adult, who to watch and who not to watch. And in some ways they are all saying it's about safety and things like this, but that's still, I mean, this goes back to age-old thing, like for thousands of years. There's always going to be somebody who says, do this. And it's like, it's like your mom saying, well, if your friend jumped off a bridge, would you? Now they believe that everybody would jump off a bridge if their friend jumped off a bridge. They literally say it every day in the news, saying that people are just too dumb, and when they see something, they just act. It's partly true, but at the same time, that's why we need to change the way things are done as far as, freedom of everything. One drummer guy, thank you so much, says, I'd bet Joe Exotic got the biggest letdown of the day, sitting in his Dodge truck limo waiting for a pardon that never came. Do you think I thought he was in prison, so I don't know if he's in a Dodge truck. Is he? Did he get out or something on bond, or I don't know. Either way, we have Eric, the original copper-colored Anyawawa's May. Thank you so much for your generous support over on YouTube. Liz Lamar says, evening, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you for all you do, Adam, Dex, and Mods. Thank you so much. Triple A team, just here for the tea. Yes, yeah. I learned like probably 5 months ago what tea was. I got schooled by my 14-year-old. I did not realize that is the rumors. Yeah. Patrick Slevin, thank you for pledging on Patreon yesterday. Again, thank you. Not very often that somebody sees that, so thank you. Jackie Welsh, Marv Planet X, and then again, Jackie, thank you for being the last one out. Marv Planet X is very close to Earth Hun. Gil Broussard had a special interview last night and reluctantly made the announcement end of February. Jackie Walsh, thank you for being the last one over on YouTube last night. All right, and if you want to see that video, you can go over to Unknown Eagle on our website. It should be up right now. Okay, getting back into the news, FAA approves Iowa airport's virus screenings, a possible model for others. So saying that whatever they're doing may actually be everywhere very soon. It says in late December, the agency gave its approval. The decision opens the door for the nation's 500-plus airports to implement screening programs. It says, quote, we're excited to get this launched, said Marty Lenz, the director of the Cedar Rapids Airport. We've been working on it for a while. We have always looked at it as one more layer in a multi-layered approach in restoring passenger confidence. On Tuesday, Lenz said that fixtures for the screenings were being installed and that the staffers were being shown around before Monday's launch. The cost will be covered by a portion of the $23 million the airport received in CV relief funding. Dex, what do you think about that? It's going to be extra steps at the airport? Is it I guess what they've been doing? Is this just a temperature check, or is this a machine that does your whole body? Do you know? I know you're probably gonna swing back in here. Dex, when you're free, I understand that the phones are going off right now.
Hey, Adam, I'm here.
What do you think the screener will be? Do you think this is going to be like a full body thing? Is this going to be a debate?
Yeah, it sounds like it's a protocol that they're putting together that they're going to use to screen, and I'm envisioning at some point we'll see other types of identification or passports or things like that will allow you to get cleared. But before we get to that point, I think they're just adding additional steps, whether it's temperature, checks, asking questions, doing whatever. But it sounds like they're going to do it in this one place, and it might actually turn into a model for them to roll out across other airports.
I mean, some would say that this would just be a good way to reduce air travel in general.
It's already reduced, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, this is it's just so crazy how much our world has changed in 1 year exactly. So that's why I say, don't think anything is out of, don't think that our world can't do another complete 180 in another month or 2 months or a year. In a year, look at how much change. One thing that I don't get with the CV thing, though, is it's so stupid that they're not looking at stuff like this. Here, they have restaurants outside like the malls, and I swear to you, they have built walls, they have built curtains, and they have outdoor seating areas, but they're completely closed in. And I'm like, what is the point of outdoor seating areas if you have the entire thing closed in and they're basically just they're technically outside because it's not a structure, but if you want to talk about like transferring stuff, they're inside of a building. I mean, they're basically inside of something that keeps everything in. It stops the airflow and it keeps it warm. They've got heaters. It's inside. They've got walls around. There's no windows. It's like, how does that make any sense? I just thought that was so dumb. And they've done it with all the restaurants. Every restaurant has like an awning, but not only that, they have poles, they have walls, it's completely holed in. And you look through the window and everybody's packed in there, and then some of them have a plastic, almost like those old 60s diners that had a wall, or Denny's that used to have the wall between so you wouldn't see the people behind you and the people in front of you. It's like they've got plastic things there, but it's like they're right next to each other. Now, in fact, one person from this family is back to back with this person, and they've got a piece of glass here, but technically it's like 6 or 8 inches away from the other person. Yeah, they might be facing that way, but they're not even going by the 6-foot rule. It doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm no genius. I'm just an average guy. Building is destroyed in an explosion in Madrid. So this is a big deal here. I don't know as much as I should. Again, this I found late. For being a news guy, I do apologize. I did not find out until much later, about 3 hours ago, about this. Actually, I tweeted it when I did find out. In fact, you could probably find the exact. I think it was 3 or 4 hours old by the time I found out. But it said 7-story building is destroyed by suspected gas explosion in Madrid, with at least one person trapped in the rubble. So we will give you an update on this. This is a massive, massive explosion. We've seen a ton of the gas blow-ups around the world here. Super unexpected. Nobody expects these things to happen. That's why we always say to be prepared, but also to keep your head on a swivel. This kind of stuff can happen anywhere. So it says the building is understood to be next to a school where there are no reports of any casualties. Well, luckily, most places are not in school. That would have been absolutely horrendous. So technically, there are no people that have perished yet. So we'll see what happens with that, and we'll be following the story. Let's see here. His banner over me is love. Thank you. Illuminati Soldier 7. Thank you for following. Rich DM24. Thank you for subscribing. His banner me is love. Thank you so much. Again, welcome, guys. And say hello. I appreciate all of you guys coming over here. You can say hello to your overlords there. Thank you so much. And then let's get over to this. Chinese scientists may have key to delaying aging. It says scientists in Beijing may be one step closer to having the answer to living longer and reversing the effects of aging. A group of biologists at the Chinese Academy of Sciences say that they have developed a world-first new gene therapy and have been running tests on mice It says it involved screening around 10,000 genes in search of a particularly strong driver of cellular aging. They identified 100 genes in that pool, but the one that really stood out was the CAT7. It says they then inactivated that CAT7 gene in the livers of mice. Professor Kujing explains some of their findings. It says these mice show, after 6 to 8 months, they show overall improved appearance and grip strength, and most importantly, they have extended lifespan for about 25%. CAT7 is one of those tens of thousands of genes found in the cells of mammals. The scientists also tested the function of the gene in human stem cells, human liver cells, and more. It says so far there have been no side effects of cellular toxicity, and it says despite this, the method still has a long way to go from being ready for human trials and will require a lot of funding and much more research. It says, quote, in the end, we do hope that we can find a way to delay aging. Even by a very minor percentage, we want to delay the human aging in the future. So making people older. I wonder, though, if you did not have a whole physical debate about the morals of something, what do you think the presidents of other countries have access to? If they do have science, like, what does Xi Jinping have access to? Isn't it? I hate to say it, but it makes me think of, like, he made himself president for the rest of his life. What if he knows he's 5 years out from, like, living indefinitely discovery? Would that not be a trip? So I thought that was pretty unique, and hopefully we don't end up living forever. I don't think that's even proper, anyways. Eric, the original Copper Color, thank you so much again. Thank you over on YouTube. Let's go over to the chat real quick. We've got Lisa Renee. Okay. Oh, okay. GG. What's going on? Bluegrass. Moses shaves beard and mustache and clips fingernails. Oh, the mouse shaves beard and mustache and clips fingernails? Lisa Renee, I'll give you a hug. It helps if you don't watch TV. Yeah, that was Talon Morrison. I actually was about to tweet earlier today, like, I just don't want to hear any of the headlines. They're just all so frustrating and so just... especially when you know that they're just straight up opinion. That's what I don't get. I originally, news was just fact. It wasn't just opinion. It wasn't insults. It wasn't, that's what I didn't get. It's just all opinions. It's not even what it used to be. I don't understand it. Totally heartbroken, Genesis. Totally understand that. Marv, you're adorable, but think about a new hope. Think about a new hope. You mean Star Wars? Let's see here. Hey, Mr. F. Same. Haha. What's going on? Twisted Luck Truth. Hey, how are you doing? Frankly777. Jumpmaster. Gas Electric. Tim Walker is in the house. Cynthia S. Lori D. Rizar. Lynn Green. Thank you so much. Annie Prescott says, Isaac Asimov wrote, Time Enough for Love. How about we found how to live forever? Let's see here. Allison Downey says, sick of the U.S. drama. Yeah, if you're in another country, man, I would hate to... I can't believe... I've been talking to people all over the world, and they said that it's on their TVs, too. It's on their news. That's all they're talking about. Gigi Loves Jesus says, very funny, Marv. You know what I mean. See, you do like fish. I don't like fish sticks, though. Just saying. And happily married. All right, let's move on. If you guys want to support us in a different way and protect yourself, make sure to go check out NordVPN. You actually get up to 70% off if you use our code MarFugel. You can go to marfugelnews.com/VPN. We're going to crack open the next call. Again, the number is 224400-MARF. That's, again, 224400-6273. And you can access it by going down to the bottom of the screen. It's going to be scrolling right here, right there. if you do not remember that. Dustin Layton says, just got here, been playing Division 2, preparing for World Collapse and stuff. I love that. Just playing Division 2, just preparing for World Collapse and stuff. And then where to buy Gil Bates mask to defeat recognition, Sir Budrick. China has actually a bunch of companies that are doing that. They sell even other people's faces. If you remember that story we covered a couple weeks ago. Pretty crazy stuff. All right. Dex, let's bring in Richard. Has a video of a small craft returning to a large craft. This should be interesting, and has a video to back it up. Richard, you are live on Marfugal News.
Hey, Mark.
How are you doing, Richard? So what do we have here? What am I pulling up?
Okay, so I guess just a quick background. So I was down at the Contact in the Desert. This was in 2019. And I can't remember the exact dates. But anyway, so I was going back to the Palm Springs airport, and then I was going to sleep in the airport, but they wouldn't let me. So I just drove literally right across the street. And I look up, and I saw this white dot you'll see on there. And then I saw something like come out of it, and I'm like, what the heck, you know? And then it slowly went a ways away and then just disappeared. So then I got my phone out because that's all I had. So it's not the best recording, and then I started recording it. And then sure enough, about 5 minutes later, I started seeing it coming back. So that's kind of what this is. So the whole video's not much, but if you go to about 1 minute and 50 seconds, so you have a little leadway, but right at about 2:03, 2 minutes and 3 seconds, it's kind of in the bottom right corner. You'll see a tiny another white light appear. And then between 2:03 to about 3:40, you'll see it slowly approach the bigger light. And then it just kind of fades in to the bigger light. And then it never comes out the other side. That's it.
No.
Then I sat there and watched it for like 2 hours, and it didn't, and then nothing else happened. So it was weird.
No, this is actually, so when a lot of people take video of just a single star, or sometimes I can clearly see that there's like maybe 2 lights almost right around the big one. And then this one, look at it. It's slowly moving towards the big one. And it's not a plane. This is an 11-minute video. Like, this is wild.
Well, and you mentioned, okay, so you say the other 2 lights around it, because that's true. And this is what was weird is like, it, because I watched it. Like I said, eventually I turned my phone off, and I just sat there and watched it for like 2 hours. And because I had nothing else to do, you know? And yeah, and I kept seeing like the little, there was like 2 or 3 of like, I don't know what to call them, small crafts that were like, it was like they were orbiting around it or something. I don't know. It was weird, man.
I can clearly see that. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a video like this. I almost see,
I zoomed in.
I almost see like a ball around
on my
it.
phone.
But maybe I'm tripping. But I see almost 3 lights.
No, there was like 3 of them. So there was 2 that were like didn't leave it, and then there was a third one that left, and then this was it coming back.
What
in the world? It just phases in, and then.
That wouldn't be a drone. I mean, drones don't do this. There's not this. This is like a. That is so wild. This is such a good... And you were already at Contact in the Desert, so everybody's looking up. Everybody's like waiting for some sort of action, I guess. There's no plane that does that. I mean, there's no plane that you would sit there for 11 minutes and watch. You know, they have jets that attach to other jets. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it was just weird. And then like it's hard to like really, you know, get the depth perception on it, but I couldn't really guess, but I don't think I think it was within the Earth's atmosphere. Like I don't think it was in space. And as bright as it was because like, you know, you can't really. There were a bunch of stars. You can't really see any of them in the picture. I mean, you can kind of see some of them, but very faintly. But I mean, it was pretty bright in the sky. Like it was extremely bright.
I mean, that is
videos don't always do it justice on the phone, but.
Well, no, still. I mean, I actually want to watch this part where it's hard to do this because I can't go full screen because full screen is only so big. And then if somebody's watching this on their phone, I want to go back to where okay, so right here, it's coming up close to it. So now I want to zoom in. Okay, so now it's coming in. Look at this. It's not, I mean, it's obviously grainy, but look at this.
Yeah, and I think the reddish hue is because where the parking lot I stopped in, of course, there was like a stoplight right there. So, but it never changes from green to green or anything. So I just assume it was the stoplight, but I don't know if that's what the red hue is from or not.
I see it a lot clearer on my 4K screen than I do on my second monitor. Just wow. What the heck could that have been?
But yeah, it was just a strange one. And I mean, I see them all the time, but a lot of times by the time you even get your phone out or anything, it's too late. It's like they can read your mind or something. I don't know.
I'm just watching this moment. It's about to connect. It's about to... That is really good catch. Hey, thank you so much for sharing this with it. Have you shared this with anybody else?
Just a couple friends that I was at contact in the desert with. So I got like, you know, I mean, I don't really make videos or anything. So, you know, there's no real reason to subscribe to me. But it was easier for me to put it on YouTube, and then I knew if it, like, my phone broke or something, I wouldn't lose it.
No, well, you should always have your phone ready, and for moments like this. I mean, I'm sure I haven't looked at the chat yet, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that are like, "What the heck?" All right, well, thank you so much for calling in, Richard. Man, if you get anything else like this, you know, feel free to call in. But either way, you know, don't be a stranger. You know that. Call again if you have anything else that's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, thank you so much. You have a good night.
All right, thanks, Marco. It was a pleasure.
All right, bye-bye. That's a really, it says he's actually from Washington. Yeah, that's crazy. But that was in Contact. Where's Contact in the desert? Hey, Dex, was that where was Contact in the desert? I feel like it was in Arizona or something. Maybe we can look that up. Quite wild, though.
Hey, Adam, it looks like, California. Indian Wells was 2021.
That's so lame.
That sound right?
Yeah. You know that we just went back down to 138? We finally hit 139,000, and there's these weird things that just keep happening, and it's like YouTube just went down again, and it was probably that show on Conflict. It's so stupid. We didn't do anything to offend or to lose over 500 people. So frustrating. You guys, what you can do is share. If you like the show, please make sure to share it out with a friend, family, whoever you know, and make sure to comment down below on the video. Comment and like. Everybody says that, but if you can do something to help the show that you like and make our lives less frustrating, I mean, I do it all the time. We help other people. If you can help us, it would be much appreciated. We don't pat ourselves on the back or say how much we help, or in fact, it's public how much we've donated to other creators. All we ask you to do, we don't ask you to donate, we don't ask you to do anything, share and like and comment. It would be really appreciated. And even if you're on DLive, go over there and do that. I cannot believe it. I mean, it's a huge deal for you to go up 1,000 to hit the marks, and we were closer to hitting 140. And then to have it go down again, it's such, you guys have no idea how stressful it is. And I don't care about the numbers. Those numbers are people. But that means that we just lost people. People just got disconnected. And it's never them going. Once somebody subscribes, it's, how many times have you unsubscribed? I mean, you might have gotten, said, I just don't like this person anymore. But even if you do, you just don't watch their stuff anymore. Most people that don't like somebody, they watch twice as much to say, that you're an idiot. They don't unsubscribe. It takes a lot of effort to go in and go, you know what, I don't like this person anymore. I'm going to look them up and I'm going to unsubscribe. That's why all creators complain about it, because it's like you're disconnecting somebody from your stuff. Double check.
Well, Adam.
Yeah.
There's probably people listening right now that think they're subscribed that got disconnected, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and so just go check it, right? Go check it and make sure you're subscribed. You'd be surprised. Make sure
to click subscribe, click the bell, and then ding all notifications. And make sure to like. It looks like we already have over 1,000 likes. That's way ahead of normal. So thank you from the bottom of our heart. We put a lot of work to have everything ready for every single show and to have all of the information for you guys to have at your fingertips. Nobody else really does that. They might do it afterwards, or they might put it in the description or something. So please, it would be much appreciated. Our shows have always been free. We've never charged. All we ask is you share, comment, and like. Jared Lespence says, double check for SpaceX or China, India, Russia, etc. rendezvous possibilities. Cross out any public knowledge potentials. I think Jared's talking about this video, but that was during Contact in the Desert. I don't know if there would be anything there, but where is Contact in the Desert? Unless it's Florida or by SpaceX or Texas. I don't know if it is. Vaneki Potashio, Sup Adam, Dex Mods, and Marfia Worldwide. That's it. That is what it is. The Marfia is all over the world. Shalom. What is the story of your channel name? Marfugal, it was a independent word. It rhymed with Google. Google Marfugal, and it was, again, and nope, there was no such thing as Marfugal. So you search Marfugal, you're going to find me. It's easy once you get it down, because if there's a Marfugal, it's us. It's kind of like Q-Tip. Everybody remembers Q-Tip. That's just a brand name. It didn't exist before Q-Tip was around. Let's see here. This electric car battery recharges as quickly as you can fill a gas tank. This is pretty insane. This is why most people don't want an electric car, because it can take, with a regular plug-in, 12 hours to fill your tank, basically. And it might not even get you as far as a full tank. So wait 12 hours or sit there for 2 minutes and be all ready to go for another 100 miles. Be a big difference. It says there's a growing interest in electric cars right now. It says, as everyone in the industry is looking to compete with Tesla. One of the most exciting companies in the race is Apple, which devises both the software that will power self-driving cars and brand new battery technology that will increase mileage. That's right. You'd plug that lightning cord into your car. It says, while Apple isn't commenting on speculation about its car, other companies in the industry are ready to share their innovations. And it looks like the biggest problem with electric cars might have been fixed. Batteries that can recharge in 5 minutes might be what finally brings electric cars to the mainstream. 5 minutes. Okay. So explain to me this, though, Dex. Why can't you charge your damn Apple phone in 5 minutes yet? I'm sorry. I don't believe that that's the case.
It's getting faster, though. Each one. Even the newest one is faster, and the wireless charging gets faster. So they keep improving it.
Well, in Apple to have a car, I mean, that's better than, say, Microsoft to have a car and they're also working on stuff. Because Apple is a little bit better as far as privacy stuff.
Yeah, it'll probably be more private. It'll probably be a little bit more secure, less hackable, but it won't have as many apps available for it.
And it will be made for 1/15 of the cost in a slave trade type situation.
But everything will work really cool together.
Oh yeah.
Of course,
your Apple Watch,
phenomenal.
Your Apple Watch will be able to. Send a message to the guy following you too closely, and it will have a scrolling message that says F you. Things like that. They're golden. Zippy Moons, thank you so much for your support tonight. I appreciate that. That is huge. Zippy Moons, thank you also for being around for so long, and it really is appreciated. Let's see here. All right, and then we have CJ Hope, thank you so much. New followers, Kenny H38, thank you for following. Jason Bra1 or Braun, Jason Brain, I just got that. Thank you for following. Obviously, I don't have a Braun 1 up here, but thank you. NPC Show, thank you for hosting with 35 people. Hey, seriously, that's huge. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. NPC Show, if you guys haven't checked him out. He does all sorts of the things that we really. He's a great show to kind of equal out. He covers a lot of the stuff we don't, and vice versa. Bedtime, much love, y'all. Bye, Mama of 6, and say hello to the little ones. Jen Kilmery says, in Toronto, my son had to watch Bee Den in school today. Okay, that's just too far. Yeah. Well, my kid was on the computer, and the music teacher basically said, we have, a new president, this and that, and we basically talked about it for 15 minutes. And I was thinking, okay, can we get back to school, though? It would be the same if they were talking about T-Man. I'm like, why are you talking about that to kindergartners? Red Storm, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Massive, massive support. Thank you. Kimberly Clemens, definitely don't want to be alive forever. Imagine if you were already kind of, not at your 20-year-old self and then stay that way forever. I don't know. If I was 80 years old, would I want to live, 40 more years at 80, or would I want to live, 20 years old, 60 years at 20? That would be great. But the years are already hitting. Love the stream, Marf, you speak the truth. Vault 111, thank you so much, and I hope you're playing music after one of them so I can host you. Beautiful piano player, Vault 111. Patriska, Little Bird, Liz Garcia. By the way, if I host somebody and they are not appropriate, or you find out later on that they're just not appropriate, or they're say not appropriate with women or something else, just please DM me. Sometimes I don't know. A couple times I've hosted just random people. We're trying to support creators on all platforms, and it ended up being somebody who there's still a question there that they might be a little bit inappropriate. Let me know. If I knew that, or if I know that, I'm not going to do that. Bad Wolf Gigi says, always look forward to your show. Love you guys. Thank you. Edgy Whalen, QGQ, QGQ, that's pretty cute. QCHEEQ. Thank you for following. Weebison, thank you for being here. Edgy Whalen, thanks for gifting out Marfia badges. Awake 2, hello, God bless you and your family, and praying. Star Searcher, Nelly 14, Monrack, all of you guys, thank you so much. Godress, thank you. And I already see that 300 more people went over and liked the YouTube. It looks like 1.3 thousand likes. That is seriously a huge deal to me. Thank you. It helps us get shared. It helps us everything. When Pastor's bike was stolen, his response was to start a free bicycle repair service for people in need. It says, for most people, having property stolen feels like a violation. Robbie Pruitt admits that when his mountain bike was swiped last September, he got mad. But soon enough, his emotions took a turn. After letting go of his anger and frustration, he found himself on a road to compassion instead. An avid biker, Pruitt's first priority was to replace his ride. But when he went bike shopping, he found that the pickings were slim. The scarcity of inventory got him thinking, what if the lack of bikes was pandemic related, and what if a person who had taken his had done so because they truly needed transportation to get to work? That's a crazy thought, right? It says, with that thought in mind, Pruitt, an assistant director at the Church of the Holy Spirit in Leesburg, Virginia, came up with a plan and posted it to a local Facebook group. Pruitt offered to fix bikes free of charge for anyone who needed it. It says he also put out a call for unwanted bikes, which he would repair, again for free, and then donate to folks who could then truly use them, but didn't have the budget to buy a bike outright. It says the day the post went live, Pruitt wound up with an inventory of 30 used bicycles. The initial influx was followed by more than 500 queries from people who either had bikes to donate or needed that fixing soon after. By the end of 2020, Pruitt had refurbished more than 144 donation or to be returned to their owners at about 60 to 40% ratio. Pruitt doesn't vet requests, but he does try to gear his donations to family that are truly struggling. The journeys he's taken has also moved beyond simply being a way to satisfy a material need to become an opportunity to show kids in his Loudoun County neighborhood that the nuts of bolts of fixing their own bikes. It says all the neighborhood kids are spending a lot more time doing something that's hands-on. I see what he's doing. He's getting all the kids from the neighborhood to fix the bikes now. He's going to be the next Apple. They're going to be making cars soon, apparently self-driving. Or they just have very small children driving the back, kind of like a hamster wheel. By the way, that's totally fictional. Apple does not have very small children in hamster wheels driving their new Apple car. Yet. Dex, that is really cool. See, we need more people like this gentleman, puts their time first to do stuff. One thing that we do stuff for the community, and we don't sit there and talk about it. This gentleman didn't either. Somebody else kind of put it out there that he was doing this, and these are the kind of people I appreciate. You do it just to do it. You don't do it for recognition. You don't do it for gratification or for a pat on the back. If you did something over Christmas, though, I really do appreciate that you did that. We asked everybody to do a good deed or to help. We ended up helping a lot of kids, local kids, with ended up giving toys. So whatever you can do to make somebody's Christmas special, or all year round, their birthday, or maybe they just don't have anything. All right, Zippy Moons, thank you. Jared Leah Prince, thank you so much. Thank you all. Again, we're still working on a lot of different things, including our platform. So please make sure to follow our alerts. Let's get our next caller on. It looks like we have Cole Cracker and then JJ on deck. Let's get Cole Cracker on. And there's an article here. Or it looks like. Let's see here.
Hey, Adam, I'm trying to get Cole Cracker on right now.
No worries. I've got it pulled up what he's going to be talking about. It says a pulse detonation engine, or a PDE, a type of propulsion system that utilizes detonation waves to combust fuel and an acidizer mixture. Engine is pulsed because mixture must be renewed from combustion chamber between each detonation wave initiated. So it has kind of an explanation. So obviously he's going to be talking or teaching us about something about this. So that's awesome.
Yeah, let's get Cole Cracker back on in a second. Why don't we jump to JJ and I'll get Cole Cracker back.
Okay, I'll leave this open. JJ, let's see here. And I'll actually open that Wikipedia as well right next to it. Let's see here. All right, JJ, if you want to pop on in, you are live on Marfugal News.
How's it going, Marv?
How are you? So, what are we talking about tonight?
I'm good. Well, I had jumped on when you were talking about the whole flight pattern of the military aircraft. And I work out of Sarasota. And yesterday I noticed, well, there was actually at minimum 3 different military helicopters that I had seen 7 different times. And the first one that I had seen, it was maybe, I don't know, I'm guessing because I can't judge it. I don't know real well with it, the height, but about 2,000 feet, something around that area. But you could barely hear this helicopter. And that's what really stood out to me, was it wasn't really emitting any sound.
Now, we've had a lot of. I was going to try to pull up while we're on this subject. I was going to try to pull up some of the kind of images that everybody was passing around this morning and yesterday morning. There's a lot of stuff going around. So great! I'm glad you called in about this. Let me see if I can find.
Yeah, it's the area that I live in. You know, we've got stuff that's south of me where they would be, and the big base that's up in north of me. And I would say maybe you might see, well, me personally seeing maybe 2 helicopters go by in 5-6 months. And then to see what I saw yesterday, it's not normal by any stretch of the imagination.
Now, if you, I want to reach out. By the way, I'm sorry. People are saying in the chat that they just saw that they were also in Sarasota, saw it, but also someone just said that we are actually 1 follower away from 34,000. So thank you guys. But there are several people saying that they saw P-8 Poseidons today. We had somebody that said that they saw the E-6 Mercury. So a lot of folks have been seeing this kind of action play out, and then there's a lot of weird action playing out as far as on flight radar. Talking about planes just doing these weird loops, kind of weird things. So do you? I mean, do you think that do you think that this is going to last past today, or do you think that this is just because of the stuff that's going on today?
I would say we're going to be seeing more activity. That's for sure. I mean, for it, the last one that I seen where I was at, and I traveled back down south of Sarasota to the Venice area, and the last one I seen, he was just straight, almost standing still or sitting there still in the air for a while, and then eventually just had taken off. But it's like I said, it's not normal. It takes months before you see 1 or 2 of them that come through the Sarasota County area. And like I said, I've seen at least 3 different helicopters and seen 7 different times.
Well, hey, thank you for letting us know about that. And now I would just say, if you're seeing them that often, just have your camera ready and your camera phone ready, and try to get us some video of it, because we'll post it up right away. Thank you for calling. JJ, it's your first time call. Don't make it your last, okay?
I appreciate it, Marv. You're doing a great job. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, JJ. Have a good night. We're going to try to get Coal Cracker back on. They have the pulse detonation engine. Dex, if you want, I don't know what happened with that, but whether you can get them or not, I have the stuff pulled up. And that is pretty wild. I wonder if this is updated. Look at that, 33,999. So if you're watching, somebody said 34,000. I don't know. Did it hit 34,000? I mean, that's why it's a big deal. Oh, look at that, 34,000. Bam. Well, you're not. It's all going to be out of focus. But whatever.
And Adam, I did get Coal Cracker on. It looks like he is live on the line now.
All right, Coal Cracker, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing, Adam?
Good.
How you doing, fam? Yeah,
So I've got your stuff pulled
never
up.
happened to me before there.
I've got your stuff pulled up, Cold Cracker. How are you doing? Oh, no worries. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, hanging in there. I had some. I've been trying to call you for a couple months on this topic. I'm in Pennsylvania, and I know you're saying there's a lot of military craft moving around, doing maneuvers, this, that, and the other. And I can honestly say, during this whole event, for at least the past 8 months, easy. I've been, this is only at night. I have seen come over. Now there was 3 of them at one point, but there's usually 2 that do come over. But now they're really high altitude, and the sound is just like, it's a sound that I've never heard before. So I started to do a little bit of my own research and investigation on it, and that's when I come to this pulse detonation engine. And I've been listening, and I've heard, and then I did some research and went back, and then this dates all the way. I mean, this goes all the way back to the 40s where they tried to use this, but it gets interesting. So now they come from the same direction. I do have them on camera. I have seen one time low, and I assumed, this is an assumption, it was like maybe an F117, something to that aspect, something, they're running that they brought back out. But the sound of this thing, when it's lower, it does pulsate, but it is, something just to hear. Now, like I said, almost every single night for the past 7-8 months, you at least one, and it will come from the west, and then it heads east. Now I'm in the center of Pennsylvania pretty much, so this thing is, and then it will come back. It'll go the opposite direction, and like I said, I've been filming it, and the lights there, you could tell by the lights, and this thing is pretty wide. And it's interesting the way it's shaped. So when I start getting into this, and then basically the pulse detonation, it's just the waves, and what it does is it combusts the fuel, and it's an oxidizer mixture. So what it does is it can operate from like a subsonic, which is Mach 3, to a hypersonic, just like that, double Mach 6, just instantly. And it's a thermodynamic efficiency. So it's like turbojet and turbofan together. They rapidly compress, and the mixture adds heat and constant volume. So the moving parts and compressor spools aren't needed. So it makes it lighter. And what I found to be interesting in this was that now DARPA ran a couple projects. Now Black Swift, if you want to look up Black Swift, the U.S. Air Force states that the Black Swift flight demonstration vehicle will be powered by a combination turbine and a ramjet all in one. So now this will take it, like I said, from Mach 3 before the ramjet takes over and boosts the vehicle. It will boost it up to Mach 6. That's crazy. Now the whole point on this, it basically come around the Falcon program, and the Falcon program, if you look up the Falcon HTV 3X vehicle, now there should be some computer simulations of this. They did have the HTV 2X. They had that run in 2010, 2011. They did test flights. They're claiming, that's as far as they made it, and they didn't put it into production. But the Falcon HTV 3X, they said didn't make it past 08, but that's top secret. I've seen this thing, and I can't say, it's definitely this vehicle, but it is close. I thought it was a unidentified whatever at first, because it's interesting with the way this thing works. It keeps the heat inside, so not only that, it doesn't get picked up on radar. And on top of that, it basically, they're using this to push it. It can go in a horizontally. So it could take off and land anywhere, and it can be anywhere in the world within an hour to 2 hours. So on top of that, they're actually attaching satellites for, clear, or, they're taking it up satellites, and they're using this thing for that. So I just, with everything going on, and I've been seeing it, and I never seen this before, never heard anything like this, and I've been filming it. I have it on camera. I mean, I have it. You can hear it. I'll get it to you. I'll try to get it to you through whatever I can, the best I can, just so you could just, maybe take a listen with your headphones or whatever the case may be. Or if you wanted to come to Pennsylvania, you can look for yourself. It's every day. It comes. Now, don't get me wrong. They're high. I can't estimate. I'd say 30,000, 40,000. I mean, it's not high. It hasn't been in the beginning, but now they're up there, but they're still, you could hear it pulsating. It's loud. It's interesting. So I
how does it steer?
Look into it, and during the Obama administration. Go ahead.
How does something like this steer? Or the original one, the Falcon program, I guess, how did that steer? Is that just more of a missile? And then when you get to the next one, the Black Swift, I guess that one I could see how it could steer because it has kind of wings. But it's like when you look at the DARPA project, the Falcon, it just looks like a candy corn. I mean, how would something like that even steer?
Yeah, that's an illustration. I know what you mean, but I think what that is that's actually an attachment. So that would have been an attachment on top of a craft to where they got it to, whatever velocity, height, or whatever they wanted to, just like a satellite, and then that would detach, or it would be able to be used, in a specific. Now, don't forget, Lockheed Martin's the one, DARPA, all these. I mean, Andrew Space, everyone. I mean, you got all these big corporations, the space exploration technologies out of Hawthorne, California. The hypersonic weapon systems that's implemented in this. I mean, this is I believe that this is what it is. It's top secret. I believe they're running them now. They're just that you can't, you wouldn't know unless you did some research on it, heard it, seen it, but I've seen it. I've actually seen it. And I'm going to go through my stuff, and I'm pretty sure I can get you a view of it. Because like I said, I almost thought it was like a triangular. It almost looked triangular craftish. Because my wife was with me. I said, "You look at." I said, "You see this thing?" Yeah, and even at 35,000 feet, you could see the way the lights go. The lights are the same pattern every time. It's just red. And white. But there's two in the bottom, and then they're on the top. But you could see the span on it, and you can almost make out, what it looks like pretty much from the picture. And I could tell prior to even looking at the picture, but it's very interesting. And I believe that this is definitely what it is. Without a doubt, they have it going because something, like you said, something's going on, and if they're using this vehicle, they have reusables in a sense too. So they're expendable, they're reusable, and they just basically in 2008, it was announced that the HTV or Black Swift, it didn't receive needed funding, in the fiscal year 2009. And it's interesting because look who now has been hitting $35 trillion. I don't want to get too much into it, but you know what I mean. That just come out. They just put that out today or whatever, and it's our own people through, the Agon. They're the ones that they're. So there's been money that's been missing, and that it's going towards these projects. But what it is used for, basically, is a clear war. They're using it to whatever, get range and satellite. So a Space Force, it makes sense. I wouldn't doubt that that's what it is. And it kind of blows my mind in a way, but yet it's hypersonic technology. I mean, it's here. I mean, Boeing's involved. They come out. Boeing had that. They had that couple of years, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. They were testing that. So I mean, it's and it looks pretty cool. But by the looks of it, if you see it from the back, they might have a picture on like approach. I have a picture on approach to Edwards Air Force Base, and if you see the rear end of it, it's definitely what I see or what I've seen. It's
now
just,
it says that this can be used
interesting stuff
for Mach 12 or greater, and then this can actually carry ballistic. So this could also launch, and possibly there's applications that would put this up if it was to defend against something. So they would spot it. This thing would take its own thing and meet it in a fraction of a minute, and meet it in midair and knock something out of the sky, which would also make sense since Starlink is now, we know for a fact that they say that there is now sensors to sense hypersonic objects. Because think about it, if Russia had this first, think about Russia if they had a hypersonic vehicle so fast that things couldn't even track it, they could do a flyover and not even have to tell us, because we wouldn't even see it coming. We wouldn't see it go. It would just by and so fast that they wouldn't even know. No, I get it. Well, hey, Coldcracker, thanks for sharing this out. And then, look for the video and call in next week or the next show that we do. I'd love for you to call on the next Unidentified, and we could try to play it. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt, man. It's definitely on to something here, and it's what a better time to be using it, because I mean, like I said, it's just, and I've seen 3 already wide, they're same pattern, same speed, and they move. I mean, they as they want, but it's just the same. It's, man, I have to show you. It's very interesting. But maybe one quote here, though. In the mid 1960s, the CIA began to work on a high Mach spy plane called Project Isinglass, and it basically developed into the Ryanberry. But it was a Mach 17 air launched, reconnaissance aircraft, which was later canceled. But the over there, them guys, they just come out with one. So I see all of this in correlation. Without a doubt, what you say, something's going on. I mean, they've been doing this the whole time. I've been running these things the whole time. I mean, just it's our people, but they're scanning, and they're waiting. They're getting prepared. That's all I could say. But I appreciate it, Mark, Dex, and fam. It was nice to call in and talk to you again. It's been a while.
Well, Coldcracker, thanks for the heads up, and I want to see it and I want to hear it, especially. Again, find that footage. We'll get you on again. All right, thank you so much. Coldcracker, if you guys want to see the information on this, it will be available on marfugelnews.com. We not only have the links that he provided. This is fascinating because this would fit into the greater puzzle pieces of everything that's going on. It very well could be used for, I think that something like this was even talked about for meteor defense. So something bigger, smack into it so hard at hypersonic speed that you hit it from the side and try to obliterate it as fast as you can. And then one of the ideas that I saw kind of being thrown around was that you have a constant flee of these things, and something comes in, and there's always something spinning so fast that it hits it. I thought that was pretty wild. Deborah Churek, thank you so much for your support over on YouTube. That is super appreciated. It looks like there's no message there, but thank you. Vaneki Patashio, again, thank you so much. Ryan Astley, thank you again for your support tonight. Dustin Layton. That is all the callers for tonight. Dex, what do you think about that? Anything?
Well, Yeah, Adam, the first thing that came to my mind is, we talk a lot about these meteor sightings, but they're slow moving. They're like hung in the sky, right? What if that's some of these hypersonic vehicles? And we've seen at least some of the P-1000 shots that RE-55 has done has shown a craft, what he thinks is a triangular looking craft, right? I think I remember seeing that in like an old show a while back. So I would almost think that, Coalcracker and RE-55 ought to compare notes, or you guys should go check out the two, right?
That's what I'm saying. Coalcracker, make sure to go over to RE55, the YouTube channel, and go check out. He's got this incredible zoom camera. All the Fugle fam know him, but he has. But not only him, all of these random Fugle fam members from all over the world are sending in video of these things that come in, and it looks like something burning up in the sky. I think they're meteors, but again, I think that you guys should look and compare videos, compare sounds. I would say for RE55 too, when you're catching these things, you guys should also get a really good mic and try to listen, a directional mic or something, and get the sound of it. If it is this impulse crazy engine, that this thing would be so expensive to run, so they would only run it unless they need it. That's part of the point that I would think he was making. But all right, Dex, well, thank you so much for being my internet brother, and it was a great show
tonight.
Great show,
brother.
We're going to have a lot more to come this week. Again, so much confusion this week. It's going to get better, so thank you so much. New day, new world order. Let's get out of here. Thank you all for all of your massive support tonight. Thank you. At least 5,000 watching over 2 platforms. Mom of 6, Johnny Doom, NPC, thanks for hosting. Jason Brain. Gone Girl, what in the world are you doing? Gone Girl, you don't have to do that. I just woke up, love you all. Adam, Dex, Mods, Fugle fam, love, love, love. Gone Girl, you know you don't have to do that. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Kelly2334, you guys both, just thank you so much for your support. Massively appreciated. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. Life is better on stilts. We must stick together somehow, some way. Awesome callers tonight. Peace and grace to all, says Kelly2334. Faith over fear. Believe you are safe in God's arms, says Jilly J. Thank you so much. I love Beagles, 34,000. Woohoo. Well, we go up on DLive and down on YouTube, apparently. I couldn't believe that. We were safe by a few hundred. That is really frustrating. Sandelma, thank you so much for following. Free Winston, thank you for following over on DLive. Lady Barnes, thank you for following on DLive. Looks like all of those, and they don't take them away. So, pretty awesome. Tony Pickle, thank you for following. Greg Stanley, welcome every one of these new names. Sarah904, thank you for being here as well. Groovy Grandma. Kenny H38, thank you for following. Sadistic One, thank you for the lemons. Moody Mama, Battleborn, Joe Dirt, T. Palomino, thank you everybody that came in tonight. It is now officially time for the shoutro. It's not an outro, it's not a shout out. It's a shoutro. I said I love. I push and shove. I love too much. I love you so. I love you so. I love so much. I said I love, I push and shove, I love too much. I love you so, I love you so, I love so much. so, oh, so, love so, oh, oh, oh. Love too much. I love you so. I love you so. I love so much. With the Deborah Chunk and the Eric Orange and the old Copper and the Stephen McMahon and the Zippy Moons and the Jerry Love Brands. I wanna bring on the C-Notes 88 on back on down with me. We see. I just want to love all of you above and show it weather now. Gone, gone, girl, and Appalachian wine. I bring it on, I'm done. I zookeeper, I zookeeper, I zookeeper, I go hit back down. Everybody really wanna now, and you know that we down, and you've got the sound. I said I love, I push and shove, I love too much. I love you so, I love you so, I love so much. You're lent me like force of nature, party patriot in maze, go and chat in the other guy. I like my Laura Griffiths and all my Keebler hair, all the way in Texas. Your master and the COG, oh bring it back and now we're here, oh and Arizona when I love them Beagles. I love you so, I love you so, I love so much. So bizarre, my friend Bizarre, I'm friend Bizarre, I know. I love you so, I love you so, I love so much. Got the Ricky K guy on up my back. Oh, now who they say that the gay guy don't like fishing, but I like a Roy Griffith, survival living, and the Donovan Hill in the peaceful waters, pretty high back with the beast of potters. I never really wanted pot guys. Chicago artist, I so over it. I'm based out and I'm over it. I gotta bring it back and I'm sobering. I love you. Lisa Harlem now to call. Video and Mr. Paul. I got that juice of Buddha smooth suit. I said I love. I push and shove. I love too much. Say my name, Carly Wilson. Never will I do it. Searching for all the answer. Juicy 420. Bexy Boot, Navi 2, Force of Nature. BST, and never will I. Commander, Quantum Minion, no, a Quantum Minion, a Quarantine Amon. Quarantine Amon, it's an Autobot from a false place out there with the Jilly J hair. 12334. Thank you so much for your massive support. Z2M, thank you. Massive support tonight. Z2M, wow. Rain with a W, thank you so much. Johnson, thank you so much. Red Storm, thank you so much. And of course, Gone Girl. I love you so. I love you so. I love so much. Kelly, Kelly, QTT, far, far, I want more. I couldn't say no. Kelly, Kelly, QTT, far, I want the more. Oh. Kelly, Kelly, QTT, far. No blue glass boogie, bring it right back and you gotta get stoogie. Oh, I wait, oh wow. If you have a problem with the NASA, bring it right back and you got to batter. Oh, now Peter going back around no go and now I clean up to be a Mendoza. I'd rather know how the news than I said I love, I push and shove, I love too much. Belly stoner, going back and now clone ya. Lisa Martin gratitude. D-Tech Afro fat, bring it back and now tonight. Catches Peggy Sue Frary. Ask your cell phone on the side, buy under a pizza right. Going I love Beagles now, die. And now I clean up. I love taking to the shore. I back and go to the I said I love, I push and shove, I love too much. Young girl in the world, there's no one like you. Oh, damn. Oh, Miss Pam. Oh, damn, Mrs. Pam, got to go and break the jam. Oh, damn, Mrs. Pam, gotta break that jam. Oh, damn, Mrs. Pam, got to go and break the jam. Oh, damn, Mrs. Pam, gotta break that jam. Oh, damn, Mrs. Pam, got to go and break that jam. Oh, damn, Mrs. Pam, gotta break that jam. Oh, damn, Mrs. Pam, got to go and break that jam. Oh, damn, Mrs. Pam, gotta break that jam. Oh, damn, Mrs. Pam, got to go and break that jam. Oh, damn, Mrs. Pam, gotta break. entertainment. I got to go on a mention of that highway world. Got the damn proper creations. Gonna do it every day in Haitians, nations, all the way across the world. Highway world. Oh, it's my way or highway world. And Cox already knows. Tesla should have sent a satellite to Uranus, and I would fight for our decks and the ultimate creations and not smart Steve. They already know. Love too much. With the Joe Adams and the tall drink of water, all jacks, and it only gets hotter. And the rum on rich, and everybody knows. Donovan Hill, and everybody blows. The West, and everybody loves it. And Slim Pickens and no choices, I love it. With the VA shadow and I love Beagles, one a car and 3 in the Beatles. So maybe now a Volkswagen bus draws them right up. Oh, and Joe knows now when we said my name. Oh Lord, Joe Adams also paid. Everybody knows with the Lisa Hall and the Great Impact and Cheryl Lewis, and I'm gonna die with her. Never leave that jam. Hey now, I got to bring Joe Adams to the peaceful water. With the Donovan Big Sweet on that York and oh, Allura, Vika, Lucka, Eeny, life is better in a bikini. A Harley Quinn and Beanie, never gonna be a meanie. Tall nigga water, got that beanie. Oh, I think you might. Got Ajax and the purple of water and that purple ash and our Jax. Oh, it's almost the same. I love Jesus forever. I love Jesus all the way. Oh, no matter what the weather. I need a new streamer. I need a no beamer. Me too sweet. Gotta go on the beach. Gotta bring it down to beat. Gotta bring it down. Ultimate creation. And a chance of balancing. Rizzo and the David Carter. It always gets harder. Eyes always shut and I never got all the home. Got to get it. I love Beagles. Oh no, it's always on freeze. I'll never bring it. No sinning. With the Sylvia Mendoza. Oh no, it's all getting closer. Peggy, Peggy's too. Bugging, oh, what's up, fugging? I didn't swear I know that guy. Oh, got the tobacco. Thank you, Kelly2334. Thank you, Gone Girl 777. Thank you, Z2M, Boys 2 Men. Rain, thank you. And Johnson. As Jim puts it, I was pouring out my Johnson. With the Kelly 2, 3, 3, 4 and Gone Girl, gonna have a new world, new day, new world. That's what he says. Same old shit. Gonna bring it all different day. Never gonna say it's all the way back down. Deborah Chuck and Stephen McMahon do it all the way they can. Ryan Ashley, Sir Patrick and Dave Layton. Illuminati soldiers having. Thank you for the support, D White 711. Thank you, I appreciate that. Got the message. Thank you.